Hi everyone. So, my last video was the start of a little helpful what to pack list. This video today is actually more of my moment of trying to not so much come to terms with stuff, but just kind of vent a little bit. So a couple videos ago, I went over Christopher's diagnosis list, including his current. So currently he has an undiagnosed disease of the blood vessels. So what that means is he has narrowing everywhere. So what we did today is we went and had some tests done. So we had a sedated echo, an EEG, and blood work, and then we went and saw his cardiologist. So Christopher hasn't been feeling very well. All day Friday he had actually been having quite a bit of seizure activity. They upped his meds on Saturday when we brought him into Emerge, and he was exhausted. I was exhausted for him. I can't imagine. And with that, it puts him out of sorts a little bit. His meds make him sleepy, make him irritable. So it's hard. It's a little bit tough on him. So we went today and they did his echo, and what we learned today was that Christopher is stable. So his heart function and all of these things have not gotten better, but they haven't gotten worse either. So as he's growing, it's still continuing to stay the same. But with that, we got a lot of answers that we have gotten before. So no official diagnosis, no prognosis, and no repair plan to date. So that's hard for me. So I'm a prepper. I need to know right away. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what we're going to do about it. I need to know when we're going to do it. And I wanted to reach out a little bit and say I know. My son is now almost a year old, and I know that the weight is terrifying, almost paralyzing at this point. The fear and the heartache is just next level stuff. You don't realize how hard your heart hurts for someone until you don't know if and when they're going to be able to fix your baby. And I hope that anyone, takes a little bit of comfort in knowing you're not alone in those feelings. You're not alone in being upset, scared, worried, disappointed is one that I get sometimes. Hopeful. But sometimes you just sit, and it sits even heavier on you, and you don't know how to say it. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. I don't know how to say it. Everything in me knows that these people are trying their hardest for my son. But every piece of my soul is aching for answers. Waiting and waiting and waiting. And then seeing my baby upset because he's hurting, or because they gave him medicine that makes him sleepy and it just doesn't feel right still. And that's the hardest part. Entrusting these people that you have just met with your child's whole life. With your, I'm a firm believer that your kids are a little piece of your heart walking around, you know, and I'm very lucky to have 2 older kids walking around with a piece of that, to have, you know, me and my husband had suffered through a miscarriage. So now I know that there's a little piece of my heart waiting for me somewhere up there in heaven. And then there's Christopher. And he is the one that I have to hand over to these professionals that I've just met and try to get through to them that he is part of me. He is part of my soul. And I know that they do their best. But I think it's human nature to expect more, to expect faster answers, a faster plan, and for them to be able to talk to me like that. For those parents that their babies are already here, you know that doctors do rounds and nurses do shift changeover. And that was something I always made sure either me or my husband was at every one. Every shift change, every rounds, every time a doctor came in and did a test or blood work or an echo and anything. So this come home and wait part is hard for me because clinically my son looks perfect. He is big and happy and busy, and he eats well and he sleeps even better. Knock on wood. That's the thing. But to know that inside of him is something that's just not working the way it should is hard. And that's okay. It is hard. You're allowed to say it's hard. It sucks. It sucks. Feeling this kind of hurt and not being able to do anything about it. It sucks. And it is the hardest thing you'll ever go through. But you'll go through it. And I'm sitting here and I'm having my little pity party today. But tomorrow, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to do it all again. And I am going to change 100 more diapers and make hundreds more bottles and feed that baby even though he's not really eating and it's just going all over him. Because it's hard and you don't know how much more you can do. But you're going to wake up and you're going to do it again. Every day. And you won't think twice about it either. You're not going to wake up and say, oh, it was so hard, I'm not going to do it. You'll want to, but you won't. Because that baby's crying for you. So, while I'm sitting here in my little pity party, that's what I think of. And when I struggle with the fussiness and the crankiness and the teething and the fevers and the this and the that and the everything else that comes along with having a medically fragile child or a normal child, a healthy child, a 7-year-old, a baby, you're gonna do it. You are. And you're gonna do it well. And you're going to do it exactly how that baby needs you to do it. Exactly how that 10-year-old needs you to do it. 15-year-old, 25-year-old. Because you got this. I got this. And that's what I needed to hear. So even if it's just playing this video back to myself, it's okay to have a pity party. When everyone's in bed and you're sitting here and you're watching TV and you're just doing your thing, you're allowed to have that moment. That moment does not define you as a parent, mom, dad, stepmom, adoptive mom, anything. This is not solely for the moms. This is for anyone. Have your pity party. And then put on your big girl or your big boy pants. And let's do this. All of us. Till next time, guys. Bye.